Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a bit of a different video. Some fans of the channel will remember, but I did a series of Doctor Who rankings a while back, which I think was 2 years ago now, because it was before Gatwa came in, before 15, I know that much. Yeah, before David Tennant, because the 3 specials weren't included in the format. So it's a bit of a, but I did the 9th Doctor, 10th Doctor, I did the 9th Doctor episodes, 10th Doctor episodes, 11th Doctor episodes, and the series as a whole up to that point. But today I'm continuing with the individual Doctor rankings. Individual Doctor, you know what I mean. Today we have the 12th Doctor, who was of course portrayed by Peter Capaldi. Starting with Deep Breath, which, well, I mean, I'm just gonna drop a disclaimer that the 12th Doctor era is my favourite overall, and if it wasn't for the fact that Matt Smith was my Doctor, Capaldi would be my favourite Doctor. So this is going to be incredibly biased. Like, there's going to be some amount of bias. So Deep Breath is my, let's say, third favourite post-regeneration story, behind only Woman Who Fell to Earth and The 11th Hour. I'm going to put it, but I don't think it's not one of my favourites of the era. Into the Dalek Goes Into Way as well. Wait, no, that's the wrong. Into the Dalek Goes Into Way as well. It's a pretty good second episode. It's not perfect, but but I do quite like the episode. Now, the Robot of Sherwood is it's one of those weird episodes where, like, if I think, oh, it's not, oh, I don't like that episode, it's a terrible. But then when I go back and rewatch, when I've gone back and rewatched all of New Who, I'm always surprised. Yeah, I'm always surprised by how good Robot of Sherwood is. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in. Do I think it's A tier? I don't know, but it is always better. It is always better than I remember. I'm going to put it in B for now. I might change that. I can't remember the exact order, but I see Time Heist there. Mummy on the Orient Express. Two of my all-time favourite, well, 2 of my absolute favourite episodes from the era, and 2 of my all-time favourite episodes. So I might just create another tier here. make it orange, yeah. I'm gonna go all-time favourites. So I'm gonna go favourites and all-time favourites. So I'm gonna go S and all-time favourites. In which case Deep Breath moves up. Robot of Sherwood also moves up. So yeah, you can see that I like to. So you can see that two of my all-time favourite episodes came from Series 8. Flatline. Now, it has that iconic moment. It seems that you were determined to play the. So it seems that I must play mine. The man who stops the monsters. I am the Doctor, and I name you the Boneless. I think he could have come up with a better name, but well, it's still a badass moment. But the episode as a whole, this might be controversial, but I think I'm going to put it in B, because I'm not too fond of the episode as a whole. I know a lot of people like it. I know people like it, but it's well, okay, low A. I'll give it low A. The Caretaker, yeah, that's gonna. I mean B. It's all right. It's definitely not one of the better stories, but it's a solid episode. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't think it's in the top half. In the Forest of the Night, I think doesn't deserve the hate. For me, that feels. Yeah, in the Forest of the Night, for me, is an episode that doesn't deserve the hate. Yeah, I think it's one of the sort of. I think it's in the top 5 episodes of the series. Yeah, listen. Well, it's not quite an all-time favourite, but I do really like Listen. On the other hand, I don't know if I consider it. Like, I do like, when I think of the 12th Doctor, Listen is one of the first episodes that comes to mind. But I don't know if I consider it S tier. Which brings us on to Kill the Moon. Another episode, but I don't think deserves the hate it gets. Although, yeah, and it's well, I'll put it in high A. Not quite S tier for me, but I do think. But I do think it's an underrated episode and doesn't deserve the hate. Last Christmas is just an all-time favourite. Nick Frost as Father Christmas. All you need to. But it's just a brilliant episode. It's Stephen Moffat at his best, to be perfectly honest. I probably don't like it more than Time Heist. Yes, Death in Heaven and Dark Water. Trying to see if Dark Water's here. Should be, but I can't see it. Knock knock. The Doctor falls. That'd be Extremist perhaps. Heaven Sent. was that one? I got out. That's Extremis. Now that's Extremis. Pyramid at the End of the World. That must be the Lie of the Land. Huh, I'm not seeing Dark Water, but I could be completely missing something. Let's try something here. Empress of Mars, World Enough in Time, Twice Upon a Time, Pyramid at the End of the World, Smile, Knock Knock, Doctor Falls. Well, I shoot yet. Lie of the Land, Thin Ice, The Pilot, Extremis, Oxygen. That could be Dark Water. To Heaven Sent, Husband's River Song, Woman Who Lived, Hellbent, Sleep No More, Face the Raven, Girl Who Died, Magician's Apprentice, Saigon Inversion. Well, that could be Saigon Ship Under the Lake, Death in Heaven. Okay, I'm also not seeing Before the Flood. So at the very least, I think the two-parters are only being. I think the two-parters are being represented as their first parts. I can't work out what that one is. No, I can't quite figure out what that one is. I have to try and figure out which one's missing. But again, Magician's Apprentice. Yeah, I think two-parters are being represented. But then Saigon Inversion's there. I don't know. But Death in Heaven, S tier. S tier. Absolutely S tier. Not quite an all-time favourite, but the reveal of who Missy is, Cybermen, rather unique Cyberman story. The Brigadier gets a proper send-off. For me, yeah, S tier. Then we're on to Series 9. So, what is that one? That's annoying me. Is it said? Doctor... Oh! No, that's Return of Doctor Mysterio. That's what that is, Return of Doctor Mysterio. But that, my mum's least favourite episode of Doctor Who, that. Where was I? Magician's Apprentice slash Rich's Familiar. Brought back Davros, it's a Dalek. It's quite a low-key story for a season opener, actually. I'm going to put this up high, up mid of A. I'd say probably high A, actually. It's solid. It's nothing spectacular, but it's solid. Now, Under the Lake, Before the Flood, all-time favourite. All-time favourite. Then again, The Girl Who Died and The Woman Who Lived are separate stories. The Girl Who Died, not too fond of the episode. I'd probably put it in B. Like, higher than The Caretaker. No. Base the Ray. Oh. The microphone might pick up my fan, by the way. Yeah. But Base the... No, hang on. Woman Who Lived is in least favourites for me. I know Catherine Tregenna has written for Torchwood, but I just don't like the episode. Maybe it's that her style doesn't suit Doctor Who, or I can't really explain it. Well, it's a shielder, to be perfect, of me, whatever you want to call her. But the facts of whining, take me with you every 2 seconds, doesn't have. Yeah, I just don't like the Woman Who Lived least favourites. Sleep No More is an S tier. Another episode that definitely doesn't deserve the hate. It's not often that Doctor Who experiments with different formats. Like, I found the found footage thing very interesting. It's a very clever episode that doesn't deserve the hate. S tier for me. Probably not. I'm not going to put it above. Okay, that must be Invasion as well. The Zygon invasion. Yes, it has that iconic bit with the speech, but for the most part, it feels like a standard Who. For the most part, it feels like the standard Who, really. Like, and the weird thing was, season 9 was mostly 2-parters. Well, like, and I'm not sure any other season has really done that. I'm gonna put it in like very low A. Face the Raven is a pretty. Face the Raven A, I suppose. S. High A, to mid A, I'd say. That rhymes. It's not a favourite, but it's solid. Heaven Sent, my absolute favourite episode of TV ever. Heaven Sent is the best episode of TV ever produced. Period. You can keep Blink, you can keep Midnight, you can keep like whatever other fan favourite you mention. Heaven Sent, in my opinion, I mean it's not just my opinion, that Heaven Sent is the absolute greatest episode of TV ever produced. Hellbent not quite as good, but still an all-time favourite. Return of Doctor Mysterio, I'm not going to put it in least favourites. That even if I'm not really a fan overall, there are parts I do like. It's not I'm not what am I going to say? Like, it's not like I'm sorry, my words have just completely gone. Yeah, but C, not quite least favourites, but not too fond of it. However, The Husbands of River Song, I mean, it's going in S just for the second half of it. That was just going in essence. Now we're down to, I believe we're down to series 10, which so far is my favourite series of New Who. Although I will admit, season 15 to whatever number you want to call it, it's certainly giving it a run for its money. But series 10, series 10 is my favourite series of New Who so far. And I say that as someone who thinks Matt Smith at the 11th Doctor was the peak. I'm not going to say the peak, because I don't really subscribe to that sort of thing. It implies you don't think any. Like, I prefer to frame things as favourites and least favourites. Like, I'm not actually saying something is good or bad. It's entirely based on my enjoyment. Oh yeah, the pilot. Yeah, so the pilot. I mean, I am going to put it at high A. The reason it's not quite S tier, well, there's nothing wrong with the episode. Alright, I'll put it. I've just mentally convinced myself to put it in low S. I mean, it introduces Bill Potts. And as Stephen Moffat said in an interview, it is a good it is a good jumping on point. And but he does continue with relatively low key openers. Smile, I'm going to put in B. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Yeah, it's not a bad episode by any means, but it's not great. I mean, for me, it's the weakest. For me, it's the weakest episode of the series, and that is saying a lot considering how good the series is. Wait, where's Eaters of Light? I've just realised. Oh, wait a minute. That might be Eaters of Light. They got the Doctor Falls. Yeah, I'm going to say that's Eaters of Light actually because of the tendrils. And I'm assuming Doctor Falls also includes, like Saigon Inversion, it also includes World Enough in Time. Yeah, Enough Distraction, Thin Ice. I mean, low A in all honesty. No, low S, but high A. I think if I'm going to be fair. What's the next one? Knock, I just think is a really good episode. Yes, it's a bit more low key, but not every episode has to be high octane action, you know, gut punch the second stuff, like thriller second stuff. I do like a low key. I do like a more low-key episode every now and then. And I think Knock Knock is a really good episode. I like it. I'm going to put it at the top of S actually. But now the three-parter Extremis. Extremis, the Monks trilogy. High A, I'll say. Pyramid at the End of the World. Yeah, great episodes. The first two don't. You know what? I'll put great episodes. I quite like the bit at the end of Extremis. I think it's Extremis, where the Doctor in the version of the Doctor in the simulation sends a message on the Sonic Shades to the real Doctor. Well, that was cool. Oxygen. Okay, the anti-capitalist messes aside, it's I'm going to put it in B. That might be controversial, considering I've already said that Smile was my least favourite episode of Series 10, but Oxygen, just not my favourite. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it. Eaters of Light, or it's another one like Robot of Sherwood. Keep forgetting how much I like it. Low S, high A, low S. Empress of Mars. Not really a big fan of the episode, but it's not my least favourite of the season. I've got to put it in B. And then World Enough in Time and the Doctor Falls. I mean, S. I mean, all-time favourites. There, I said it. Possibly the best finale Doctor Who has ever done. And I say that with the two-parter of Heaven Sent Helping. Okay, the second best finale Doctor Who has ever done. Moffat was really on point with his finale game. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, but people were saying Moffat had forgotten how to write finales. Were they actually watching the show? I mean, I'm inclined to say that most people who criticise Doctor Who don't even watch it. I think the haters don't even watch the show. Yeah, Twice Upon a Time, all-time favourites. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I rank every 12th Doctor Who story. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.